My name is Harry Higgins. This is my Houdini 2 class tutorial. Here we go. I'm going to create a ice cube melting into a glass. So first we're going to create our tube, which is going to be our glass. Here we go. Looks great. We're gonna go into the tube. Looking at the tube, we'll turn on the end caps just so we have ends on it. Then we're going to bring the tube up a little bit so it's above the grid. Just go to the center Y, turn it to 0.5 so it's right on there. Next we're going to hit our select button and select the top end. Go into polygon extrude, and we're going to hit our inset and bump it up just a little bit so it brings in our tube and you can see the edge around there. And then we're going to select that face once more, poly extrude again. We're going to go into distance and bring it down. You can see with that green line, it's going to show us how far down we're going. We just want it as a cup would be, so that's perfect. And there we have our tube object, which is now a cup. Next, we're going to create our ice cube. Go to the Create tab, Control-click Box, and it's in a terrible place right now, so we're going to use the Transform tools, bring it up, go to the size, middle click, and drag down so it looks more like an ice cube, just like that. And we'll bring it down just a bit again. And so that's going to be our ice cube. Just a few setup things for our simulation. First, go into rigid bodies, hit the ground plane. That's so nothing falls off the surface of the viewing screen. And we're going to turn the ground plane off because we know it's there, but we don't need to see it. Next, we're going to go tube object, turn that into a static object. And that's created our auto DOP network. And next thing we're going to do, so we've got our static object set up. Going to select our ice cube, which is just a cube object right now, but it will be our ice cube. Go into viscous fluids, and we're going to hit melt object. And right now it's brought us into our auto DOP network. We're going to hit L to rearrange. And right now it doesn't really look like much. It only looks like, I don't know, 10 particles. So change the particle settings. We're going to go particle separation, bring it down to probably 0.03. There we go. It looks more like a cube now. Particle separation increases and decreases the number of particles you have in your simulation. Turning them way down gives you a lot of particles, but also slows down your render or your simulation. And if we exit out of this, we're going to turn off our tube object because we just want to see the ice cube melting. And so hitting the melt object shelf tool automatically creates a fluid object outside of your simulation. So it imports your simulation into this node. And so you can go into this node and edit things as you want, and also turn on the surface where you can actually see what's happening. So right now, if we press play, it's going to go down, and it doesn't really look like water. It just looks like a blob. And that is because the viscosity setting is way up. So we're going to go back into the AutoDAP network, go up here into gas temperature update. Maximum viscosity is at 100,000. We're just going to turn that to 1 because water's not very viscous. Back to our fluid object. Press play. Boom. Looks like some water. That's odd. Something's happening in the middle. Fascinating. We're not going to worry about that. We're going to go back into the AutoDAP network, turn up our particle separation, or turn down our particle separation, get a better simulation. There we go. That looks like water. Much better. And so if I were to cache the simulation, I would go back into the box object 1 fluid. Right down here it sets up a cache system for you. So I'd hit that, go up to file mode, write files. It gives you a little error box, but that's fine. And to cache it, I'd want to take the particle separation to about 0.05 so it gets a really good simulation. Well, let's do 0.08. Back over here to box object, and then save to disk. And there's an error. That's fine. It's probably because I didn't set up the file very good. But if you were to cache it, it would go into that file, and then once it was done caching, just read or load from disk, and it would load all the files. And there you go. That is a ice cube melting in a glass. And I can show you the final render right here.